Today, I'm excited to share my experience getting the tonneau cover installed on my Rivian R1T from start to finish. Let's dive in. When I first ordered my truck, Rivian mentioned that it might or might not come with the tonneau cover already installed. If not, I would need to set up a service appointment at my local service center. And as it turned out, my truck arrived without the tonneau cover. On pickup day, my Rivian guide informed me that I'd be contacted by email or by phone to schedule the installation, expected around November to December. Now, after a month of waiting without any updates, I noticed that other Rivian R1T owners on social media who'd picked up their trucks after me posting about their service appointments for their tonneau cover installations. So I decided to reach out to Rivian's online chat support to ask if I could get my installation scheduled anytime sooner. They replied that they had the necessary parts available and could fit me in mid-November, so my appointment was set for November 15th. Here's my first piece of advice. For those still waiting, be proactive and reach out to Rivian. It's not clear how systematic they are about contacting owners whose trucks didn't come in with a tonneau cover. Now, 2 days before my appointment, Rivian called to confirm that everything was ready for installation. And I was so relieved to hear that, since I've heard others experiencing appointment delays. When I asked about the timeline, they estimated the installation might take a few days. They assured me that a loaner or a rental car would be reserved for me, and this was a relief since it saved me from needing to coordinate any additional arrangements. Now, shortly after the call, I received a notification from the Rivian app to approve the work estimate. When I opened it, I was a bit surprised to see a customer requested 5 tire rotation service added, priced at $60. My truck is approaching about 3,500 miles, and I'd planned to hold off till about 5,000 miles. However, for the sake of convenience, I decided to go ahead with the rotation anyways. It never hurts to take care of your tires early, even though I do know that they recommend about 7,500 miles. Now, tip number 2, before heading into the service center, take detailed photos or record a quick walk-around video of your vehicle's exterior. This will provide time-stamped proof of its condition, ensuring you have evidence if any damage occurs while your truck is in Rivian's care. Now, when I arrived at the Rivian service center, the lot was so busy. It was packed with people picking up their new vehicles, and check-in was a breeze. All they needed was my name and my key card, and I was all set. Now, unfortunately, they weren't able to give me a Rivian loaner, so they arranged an Enterprise rental for me. Enterprise picked me up from the service center, and they took me to their nearby office that was just 2 minutes down the road, and I was quickly put into a Nissan Leaf. Yes, we kept it electric. It was actually a great car, great daily driver, but I really missed my Rivian R1T while it was in service. And now all I could do is wait for updates and look forward to getting back behind the wheel. Now, tip number 3, while your vehicle is in service, you can monitor its status through the Rivian app. The app provides updates such as when your vehicle enters the shop, along with contextual information about its progress. You'll also receive messages directly from the Rivian team here. It's a handy feature, but fair warning, you might find yourself checking the app way too often throughout the day for updates. Now, my first update came the very next day, November 16th, letting me know they were still waiting on a part. They assured me that once it arrived, they'd provide a completion date for me. I really appreciated the quick communication. It felt like things were on track. But then 3 days went by, no updates. Feeling like I'd been ghosted, I decided to reach out for an update. Later that day, Rivian responded letting me know the part would arrive the following day and they would notify me when the work was finished. But then, silence again. 2 days later, I opened the app to check the status of my truck, And to my surprise, the service was marked as completed. My truck was ready to pick up. Since I couldn't make it during their regular hours, I arranged an after-hours pickup, which they assured me would be no problem at all. Now, the plan was simple. Leave the rental at the service center, drop the keys in the after-hours drop box, and my truck would be staged near the lobby door with my keycard safely tucked in the driver's side gear tunnel. When I arrived, everything seemed perfect. My tonneau cover was there. It was so great. Until I opened my gear tunnel at 7 o'clock at night with no one expected to be at the service center. The keycard was missing. Thankfully, as I looked into the lobby, there was one employee that happened to be still at the service center, and they went above and beyond to retrieve my key, which was in the back room. Now, while I appreciate their help, it's so frustrating to think of the alternatives if I couldn't get my key card back that night. I'd either have to come back to the service center the next day, and for a lot of people, that is an inconvenience. Luckily, I'm only about 30 minutes away, but I know people that are 4 hours away from their local service center. The other option would be mailing it to me, which again is just another inconvenience. So overall, the experience had its ups and downs. I love the convenience of the app, the hassle-free rental process, and getting the tonneau cover installed close to the promised timeline. However, there's definitely room for improvement, especially with communication and ensuring a smoother pickup process. And just so you know, I'm going to do a full review on the Gen 2 tonneau cover. Here are a few videos of it in action. It's pretty seamless right now, very smooth, and I know that I'm going to love it, especially when it rains, because it does a fantastic job of keeping water out of the truck bed. Now, if you're still waiting on your tonneau cover, I suggest reaching out to Rivian, whether that's calling them, numbers on the screen, or just reaching out to them through the online portal and giving them a message. That way, hopefully they can get you in sooner. Just be prepared to be without your truck for a few days. Now, according to a quick poll that I ran on X, other owners had mixed experiences with the length of time that their vehicle was in the service center. Some reported longer wait times, while others found the timeline more manageable. After this experience, I have one criticism. Rivian is often emphasizing cutting costs to reach profitability, but how much are they spending on people's rental vehicles for service delays caused by part shortages? It seems like a process to be reevaluated because they must be losing so much money on people having vehicles for weeks on end. Why not wait to have the parts stocked before you book the appointment? What do you think about Rivian's approach? Are you still waiting on your tonneau cover? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Rivian content, and remember that adventure is always out there.